Hey guys, this little supplementary video about my dovetail cutter. This is the cutter. Very simple. Just a piece of 1/2 inch steel that I've taken and welded a bar onto. The original plan was to do something like this. But it turns out that is not very feasible. And I'll explain why. Okay. I need a third hand here. If I were to make the dovetail cutter like this, focus, 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 anytime now, thank you. If I were to make the dovetail cutter like this, and then flatten off this part, flatten off one side of it so as it spins it cuts, it would have a radius of almost 2 inches. And for this guy, a radius of almost 2 inches would completely obliterate this side. So after thinking about it for a while, let's see if I can, that hole is awfully tight. Let's see if I can just get it down somewhere. Okay. After thinking about it for a while, I came up with this. If it would focus. What I did was I took this piece of 1/2 inch steel and I ran an end mill through it, cut a slot. I ran an end mill through it to cut a slot in the end. You can sort of still see the sides of the drill rod. You can see there's the edge of the slot that I cut. I cut it just bigger than the drill rod because that's the only end mill I had. Then I took and I pounded these sides in so they rounded up and over. You can't really see that anymore on this corner. You could before I sanded it. And then I welded it. You can't really see the weld anymore because I sanded it, but you can sort of still see a little bit of it right there. And then I put it in the mill at a slight angle, maybe like 1/2 degree, and I milled the face off the top here, and then I put it in at a 45-degree angle, but I also tilted it forward a little bit so that it would cut a relief on the backside here. And then at the same time I was doing that, I cut this face flat. I should have gone a little deeper here because it doesn't really have the travel that I would like. And it's not focusing. There it is. But yeah, after I cut all the stuff on the mill, I took it over to the sander. I cleaned off the back side. I touched up this back face here to give it a little bit more relief. And then I put this flat part on. You can see there. It's about 20 to 30 thou. And you can see that flat on the inside there. That's how it cuts. But it does cut quite nicely. You can see in the reflection there, it's almost a mirror finish. And yeah, it took a little bit of thinking to actually get this to work, but it does work very well. Where's my test piece? This is the test piece that I cut, and this is why when I said I should have cut this a little deeper. If it'll focus, focus. I guess not. No, there it goes. I should have cut this part all the way down because when you go in too deeply, you can see there's a line right there, and that's what that extra little bump did. This wasn't square in the vise, so that's why you can't see it over here, but you can over here. But that was my first test piece. It cuts real nice, but it works really well. So go out and make one yourself. Have a good day.